This message found you for a reason, my dear, and the universe is speaking now through this quiet moment. You may think you clicked on these words by chance. You may think this is just another moment in your day, another voice, another message, another soft sound in the middle of everything you are carrying. But something deeper inside you knows. Something in your heart paused. Something in your spirit leaned closer. Something quiet within you said, "Stay here for a little while. Listen. Breathe." There may be something here for you. You are not here by accident. You are not hearing this by mistake. Life has a gentle way of placing the right words in front of us when we are ready to receive them. Not always when we think we are ready, not always when we demand an answer. Not always when we are searching with panic in our chest, but when the soul is tired of fighting, when the heart is ready to soften, when the mind has asked the same question too many times and has no more strength to run in circles, a message comes quietly, simply, right on time. Maybe you are holding your phone in your hand right now. Maybe the screen light is resting on your face. Maybe the room around you is quiet, or maybe life is moving loudly around you. Still, this moment has found you. And in the middle of all that noise, something loving is asking you to pause. Not to fix everything, not to understand everything, not to force the future to open before you. Just pause. There is a doorway inside you, my dear. A small, quiet doorway. It does not open through fear. It does not open through pressure. It does not open when you are trying to control every step of life. It opens when you become willing to listen. It opens when you stop fighting your own heart. It opens when you say, even softly, even with doubt, even with tears behind your eyes, I am ready to hear what life is trying to show me. Maybe this found you because your heart has been tired. Maybe this found you because your soul has been asking for peace. Maybe this found you because life is trying to reach you softly, not loudly, not with fear, not with force, softly. And this is how the universe often speaks. It does not always shout. It does not always break open the sky. It does not always send a sign so large that no one could miss it. Sometimes it speaks through a strange stillness. Sometimes through a line that touches the exact place inside you that has been aching. Sometimes through a small feeling that says, "This is for me. I needed this today." You may have been asking for a sign. You may have been wondering if you are on the right path. You may have been feeling lost in a way you cannot explain to anyone. You may have been smiling in front of others while carrying a quiet weight inside. You may have been trying to stay strong, trying to be patient, trying to trust, while a part of you keeps asking, when will things change? When will I understand? When will life feel light again? My dear, the fact that you are here means something in you is still open. Even if you feel closed, even if you feel tired, even if you feel unsure, a part of you still believes that life can speak to you. A part of you still believes that you are guided. A part of you still believes that there is more than what you can see right now. That part is wise. That part is alive. That part is the doorway. Breathe. Right now, let your body know that it does not have to hold so tightly. Let your shoulders soften even a little. Let your jaw rest. Let your hands relax around whatever they are holding. You do not have to earn this moment. You do not have to be perfect to receive guidance. You do not have to have your whole life in order before love can reach you. Love reaches you in the middle of the mess. Love reaches you in the middle of the question. Love reaches you when you are sitting there, not knowing what comes next, but still hoping that something kind is possible. And it is possible. The universe is not far away from you. It is not somewhere above the clouds, waiting for you to become better before it helps you. It is moving through your breath. It is in the quiet pull that brought you here. It is in the deep part of your heart that knows when something is true. It is in the little signs, the soft turns, the sudden changes, the delayed doors, the peaceful no, the unexpected yes. It is always speaking, but peace helps you hear. I am safe in this moment. I am willing to listen. Life is gently guiding me now. Let those words move through you slowly. Do not rush them. Do not try to believe them with your mind. Just let them land somewhere deeper. Sometimes the heart accepts truth before the mind knows what to do with it. Sometimes your spirit feels comfort before your thoughts catch up. That is enough. You may wonder why this message found you today and not yesterday. Why now? Why this moment? Why these words? And maybe the answer is simple. Maybe yesterday you were still too busy fighting. Maybe yesterday you were too full of noise. Maybe yesterday you were asking from fear, and today, even if only for a few seconds, you are open enough to hear from love. This does not mean everything will change in 1 second. It does not mean every question will be answered before this moment ends. But it does mean that something can begin. A soft beginning is still a beginning. A small breath is still a return. A quiet yes is still powerful. Listen. There is a reason certain words reach us. There is a reason a message can touch us in a way we cannot explain. It is not always because the message is new. Often, it is because the soul is ready to remember. The truth was already inside you. The peace was already inside you. The wisdom was already inside you. These words are not putting something foreign into your heart. They are waking up what has been sleeping there. You have known deep inside that you are not alone. You have known that life is not only what appears on the outside. You have known that some doors close because they are not safe for your soul. You have known that some delays are not punishments. You have known that your heart needs more kindness from you. You have known that you cannot keep living from fear and call it peace. This message is not here to shock you. It is here to gently point to what you already know. And maybe that is why it feels personal. Maybe that is why a simple line can make your chest soften. Maybe that is why your eyes may feel heavy or your breath may slow down. Because a part of you is saying, yes, I know this. I have always known this. I only forgot for a while. You are allowed to forget and remember again. You are allowed to lose your peace and return to it. You are allowed to feel unsure and still be guided. You are allowed to be in the middle of healing and still be loved. You do not need to wait until you feel strong before the universe can speak. Often it speaks most tenderly when you feel weak. The message has come not to tell you that you failed, but to remind you that you are being held. It has come not to rush you, but to slow you down enough to feel life again. It has come not to make you afraid of missing your path, but to remind you that even now, even here, the path can meet your feet. There is a quiet door before you. It may not look grand. It may not look like a great change from the outside. It may simply look like one honest breath, one kind thought, one moment of rest, one choice not to speak harshly to yourself, one small step away from panic and toward trust. But that is how many sacred doors begin, small, soft, hidden, true. My dear, stay with me, because the next part is where the message begins to open. The universe speaks in ways the busy mind often misses. It does not always send thunder. It does not always send a clear voice. It does not always give you a full map with every turn marked and every answer written in bright letters. Sometimes it speaks through a feeling that will not leave you. Sometimes it speaks through a pause. Sometimes it speaks through the same thought coming back again and again, not to scare you, but to guide you. You may have felt this before. A door did not open, and at first it hurt. A plan changed, and at first you felt lost. Someone became distant, and at first your heart wanted to chase. Something you wanted did not arrive when you expected it, and at first your mind called it rejection. But later, sometimes much later, you looked back and saw that life had been protecting you. Life had been moving pieces. Life had been guiding you away from what would have made you smaller and toward what would make you whole. This is why quiet signs matter. They are not always dramatic. They are often tender. A sign can be the calm that comes when you decide not to force. A sign can be the heavy feeling in your chest when you are about to say yes to something your soul knows is wrong. A sign can be the peace that rises when you finally choose yourself. A sign can be the way your breath changes around certain people, places, and choices. Softly. Bring your attention now to the air just above your collarbones. Feel how your breath moves there. Maybe it is tight. Maybe it is shallow. Maybe it is soft. Do not judge it. Just notice. Your body is always speaking with you. Your life is always speaking with you. Your spirit is always trying to bring you back to truth. The universe may speak through repeated numbers, repeated dreams, repeated words, or repeated feelings. But it may also speak through very simple things. The message that arrives at the right moment, the sudden memory of what you truly want, the strong desire to rest when you have been pushing too hard, the quiet need to forgive yourself, the pull to leave something alone, the pull to begin again. Not every sign is there to tell you to run towards something. Some signs ask you to slow down. Some signs ask you to wait. Some signs ask you to stop giving your energy to what keeps hurting you. Some signs ask you to open your heart again. Some signs ask you to speak with more love to yourself. And some signs are not about the outside world at all. They are about your inner world. They ask, are you at peace with yourself? Are you listening to your own heart? Are you living from fear or from love? Take 30 seconds now, my dear. If you can, place one hand on your heart. If you cannot, simply bring your attention there. Ask softly inside, what is life trying to show me? Do not force an answer. Do not demand a voice. Do not search for a perfect sentence. Just ask. Then breathe right here. Maybe you feel nothing right away. That is fine. The heart does not always answer on command. Sometimes the question itself opens the door. Sometimes asking gently is enough for now. The universe is not a machine. It is not something you push and then receive a quick reply. It is a living flow. It moves in the language of peace, timing, feeling, and trust. I am willing to hear life clearly. I am open to the signs of love. My heart knows how to listen. Let those words be simple. Let them be easy. Do not make spirituality heavy. Do not turn guidance into another thing you must get right. The universe is not trying to confuse you. Lovey is not trying to trick you. Guidance does not come to make you feel small. True guidance brings you closer to peace, closer to honesty, closer to love, closer to your own inner strength. There is a kind of light that enters slowly. Think of the first light of morning. It does not fight the darkness. It does not shout at the room. It simply arrives. Little by little, the room changes. The shapes become clear. The edges become soft. What was hidden starts to be seen. This is how guidance often works. It does not always come as one huge answer. It comes as light. A little more today, a little more tomorrow, a little more when you are ready. If your mind wants everything now, be kind to it. The mind is often afraid. It wants to know so it can feel safe. It wants to plan so it can feel in control. It wants proof before it trusts. But your soul does not need the whole future at once. Your soul can follow a soft light. Your soul can take the next step. Your soul can feel the difference between fear and truth. Many people ask for signs, but they miss the simple ones because they expect guidance to look exciting. They think a sign must be large, strange, or impossible to ignore, but many of the most loving signs are quiet. The peace after a hard choice, the deep breath after telling the truth, the calm that comes when you stop chasing what keeps moving away, the tiredness that tells you to rest, the ache that tells you something has been held too long, the small joy that returns when you do something your heart loves. This message found you for a reason, and maybe the reason is not to give you a full answer today. Maybe it is to teach you how to listen again. Maybe it is to help you stop asking from panic and start listening from peace. Maybe it is to remind you that you do not have to search the whole world for what your heart can already feel. There is a quiet difference between a sign and a fear. Fear rushes, love steadies. Fear says, decide now or everything will be lost. Love says, breathe and the next right step will become clear. Fear makes your body tight. Love may still challenge you, but underneath it there is a strange peace. Fear makes you feel trapped. Love brings space. Fear speaks in panic. Love speaks in truth. The more you return to peace, the easier it becomes to hear. Not because peace makes life perfect, but because peace clears the noise. A worried mind can turn every small thing into a warning. A peaceful heart can feel what is real. So the practice is not to chase signs all day. The practice is to become quiet enough to notice what is already speaking. My dear, this is important. Guidance is not always about getting what you want. Sometimes guidance is about becoming who you truly are. It may lead you away from the old habit. It may lead you away from the same pain. It may lead you away from the need to prove yourself. It may lead you back to self-love, back to rest, back to trust, back to the simple truth that you are worthy of good. You may be waiting for life to speak in a way that removes all fear. But sometimes a message comes while fear is still there. Sometimes you take the next step with a shaking hand. Sometimes you say yes with a soft voice. Sometimes you release what you love because holding it has begun to hurt your heart. Sometimes you trust without feeling fully ready. That does not mean you are not guided. It means you are human. The universe does not ask you to become fearless before it helps you. It asks you to become willing to listen, willing to see, willing to soften, willing to stop fighting the same closed door. willing to believe that another way may exist, even if you cannot see it yet. The quiet sign may be this very feeling in your chest, the sense that something in you is tired of the old way, the sense that you cannot keep speaking to yourself with harsh words and still expect peace, the sense that you cannot keep chasing people, outcomes, or approval and still feel free, the sense that your soul wants a softer life, a truer life, a kinder life. And no, that does not mean you must change everything at once. It means you can begin with one breath, one honest question, one loving choice, one small return to yourself. The next part is important because many people ask for signs but miss the way signs actually feel. Your body often knows before your mind understands. It knows when something is heavy. It knows when something is peaceful. It knows when you are forcing. It knows when you are pretending. It knows when you are safe to open. And it knows when you are giving your energy to something that is not loving you back. The mind can explain almost anything. It can make excuses. It can build long stories. It can say, maybe this is fine. Maybe I am asking too much. Maybe I should just keep going. Maybe I should ignore how I feel. But the body is simple. The body tells the truth in its own quiet language. A tight jaw, a tired chest, a small ache between the shoulders, a deep breath that finally comes when you choose peace, a soft warmth in the heart when something is right, a heavy pull when something is not. Notice. Do not be afraid of what your body is saying. It is not your enemy. It is not trying to make life harder. It is trying to bring you home to yourself. It is the mirror of what you have been carrying. It reflects what the mind has hidden. It holds the feelings you pushed down, the words you did not say, the tears you swallowed, the truth you were not ready to face. And it also holds your wisdom, your peace, your yes, your no, your inner knowing. Maybe this message found you for a reason because your heart is finally ready to listen. Not listen to fear, not listen to old shame, not listen to the voice that says you are too late, too weak, too much, or not enough. Listen to the deeper voice, the loving voice, the voice that does not attack you, the voice that says, come closer, be honest, you are safe to know the truth. Fear says, you must understand everything now. Love says, you may listen one breath at a time. Fear says, if you do not control this, you will lose everything. Love says, what is truly yours will not need you to destroy your peace. Fear says, hurry. Love says, breathe, stay. There is great wisdom in one breath. Before you answer the message, before you send the text, before you say yes when your whole body is asking for rest, before you return to the same thought that hurts you, take 3 slow breaths. Just 3, not a long practice, not a perfect ritual. 3 slow breaths. In the first breath, notice what your body feels. In the second breath, ask what your heart needs. In the third breath, choose the kindest next step. This is simple, but it is powerful. The mind may still talk, the fear may still be there, but the breath makes space. It gives the heart a chance to speak. It gives love a small opening, and through a small opening, much light can enter. You do not need to force the answer. You do not need to chase the sign. You do not need to understand the whole path today. Let this be enough for now. The body knows how to soften when you stop fighting it. The heart knows how to open when you stop judging it. The soul knows how to guide when you stop rushing past its quiet voice. My dear, many people live from the neck up. They think. They try to solve life only with the mind. They forget that the body is part of the guidance. They forget that peace can be felt. Truth can be felt. Love can be felt. A wrong path can also be felt. Not always as a loud warning, but as a deep lack of ease, as a pull away from yourself, as a feeling that you are becoming smaller, quieter, less alive. That feeling matters. You do not have to explain it to everyone. You do not have to prove it. You do not have to make other people agree with your inner knowing. Some truths are first felt in silence. Some choices are first made in the body before the mouth can speak them. Some healing begins when you stop asking, "Am I allowed to feel this?" and begin saying, "I am willing to hear myself with love. I trust the quiet wisdom in my body. I listen with love. My heart is safe with me." Say those words softly inside. Let them be gentle. Let them be kind. You may not have always listened to yourself. That is okay. You may have ignored your needs before. That is okay. You may have stayed too long, tried too hard, held too tightly, or doubted your own feelings. That is okay. Today is not here to punish you for yesterday. Today is here to help you return. The body can become a mirror, but not a harsh mirror. Not a mirror that says, "Look how wrong you are." A loving mirror, a clear mirror, a mirror that says, "This is what hurts. This is what heals. This is what feels peaceful. This is where you are giving yourself away. This is where you are being called back." When you stand before that inner mirror, do not look with blame. Look with tenderness. The body that carries you has been doing its best. It has carried stress. It has carried hope. It has carried old words. It has carried dreams that have not yet arrived. It has carried fear and love at the same time. It deserves kindness from you, not only when it feels sunny, trong, not only when it looks the way you want, not only when it performs. It deserves kindness now. Place your hand on your chest if you can. feel the simple truth that you are here, you are breathing, you are listening, you are still becoming. There is nothing small about that. There is nothing weak about needing comfort. There is nothing wrong with wanting a sign that life is still with you. That longing itself is holy. It means the heart still believes in connection. The universe is speaking now through the places in you that are ready to soften. It may be speaking through your tiredness, asking you to rest. It may be speaking through your tears, asking you to stop holding everything alone. It may be speaking through your peace, asking you to trust what feels light. It may be speaking through your discomfort, asking you to tell the truth. It may be speaking through your hope, asking you not to close your heart. Do not rush to label every feeling. Some feelings only need space. Some feelings only need breath. Some feelings only need a kind hand on the heart and the words, "I am listening now." You do not have to turn every emotion into a problem. You do not have to fix every wave. Sometimes you simply allow the wave to move through, and when it passes, you are clearer. This is one of the gentle secrets of inner listening. You do not hear more by forcing. You hear more by softening. You do not become guided by tightening your grip. You become guided by becoming present. You stop fighting the room you are in. You stop running from the feeling inside you. You stop asking life to shout, and you begin to hear the whisper. Your heart may not speak in long answers. It may speak in one word: rest, wait, go, stay, release, trust, begin, enough. These small words can hold deep wisdom. Do not ignore them because they are simple. Truth is often simple. Love is often simple. Healing often begins with something very small that you finally take seriously. Maybe your body has been asking you to stop saying yes when you mean no. Maybe it has been asking you to stop checking for messages that only bring pain. Maybe it has been asking you to sleep earlier, drink water, cry, pray, write, walk, forgive yourself, or stop pretending you are fine. These are not small things. They are soul messages in daily form. They are the way life says, "Come back to balance." When the body tightens, do not immediately ask, "What is wrong with me?" Ask, "What needs care?" When the chest feels heavy, do not say, "I am failing." Ask, "What have I been holding too long?" When the breath feels short, do not judge yourself. Ask, "Where am I trying too hard to control what life has not asked me to carry?" These questions are loving. They open the door. And the door does not need to open all at once. One small opening is enough. You are allowed to listen slowly. You are allowed to take your time. You are allowed to need silence before you understand. You are allowed to feel peace before you have proof. You are allowed to trust the softness in your body when something feels right. You are allowed to honor the heaviness when something feels wrong. This is not fear. This is wisdom. Sometimes fear and wisdom feel close at first, but they are not the same. Fear often pushes you into panic. Wisdom invites you into truth. Fear makes you feel small and trapped. Wisdom may be firm, but it gives you air. Fear attacks you. Wisdom guides you. Fear says, you are not safe unless you control everything. Wisdom says, you are safer when you stop betraying yourself. Listen to the tone inside. Love does not speak to you with cruelty. Guidance does not shame you. The universe does not need to frighten you into healing. True guidance may ask you to change, but it will not call you worthless. It may ask you to leave something, but it will not make you hate yourself. It may ask you to wait, but it will not tell you that you are forgotten. You are not forgotten. Your body remembers peace, even if your mind has been busy with fear. Your heart remembers love, even if life has been heavy. Your soul remembers the way, even if you cannot see the full path. This is why one breath can feel like a return. This is why one kind sentence can change the energy of a whole day. This is why a message can find you and feel as if it was written for the hidden place inside you. Because the hidden place is ready to be loved. Take 3 slow breaths now, if you can. Inhale gently, exhale slowly. Again, inhale, exhale. Once more, inhale, exhale. There is nothing to prove in this moment, nothing to chase, nothing to fix before you are allowed to feel held. Let the body know it is safe to soften. Let the heart know it is safe to speak. Let the mind know it does not have to be in charge of every answer. I am guided from within. I trust the peace that rises in me. I take the next step with love. The next step may be very small. It may be rest. It may be honesty. It may be silence. It may be writing one sentence. It may be choosing not to answer from anger. It may be forgiving yourself for not knowing sooner. It may be placing your hand on your heart and saying, I am here now. I will not leave myself again. And if you do not know the next step yet, do not worry. Keep listening. Keep softening. Keep making room. The answer does not always arrive while the mind is pushing. Sometimes it arrives after a breath, after sleep, after a walk, after tears. After you stop asking from fear and start asking from love. Your body knows the doorway. Your heart knows the sound of truth. Your soul knows the path back to peace. Before you ask why something has not happened yet, my dear, there is one gentle truth to hear. Sometimes a delay is not a denial. Sometimes a delay is love wearing a quiet face. Sometimes life slows a thing down, not because you are being forgotten, but because something inside you, around you, or ahead of you is still being prepared. The mind may call it waiting. The heart may call it pain. But the deeper part of you may one day call it protection. It is not always easy to believe this while you are in the middle of it. When you have prayed, hoped, worked, waited, and still nothing seems to move, it can feel as if life has gone silent. You may wonder if you missed your chance. You may wonder if the door closed because you were not good enough. You may wonder why others seem to receive quickly while you are still standing in the same place, asking for a sign. But life does not measure you the way fear does. Life is not standing over you with judgment. Life is not saying you are behind. Life is not saying you have failed. Sometimes life is saying, not this way. Sometimes life is saying, not with that heavy heart. Sometimes life is saying, rest first, heal first, see yourself clearly first. Let the old pattern end first. Then the path will open in a way that does not break you. Wait. That word can feel hard when the heart wants answers. But waiting is not empty when you fill it with trust. Waiting is not wasted when it teaches you peace. Waiting is not punishment when it protects you from walking through a door that only looked good from far away. Think of life like a large blackboard. At times, you may feel you have written your whole plan on it. You know what should happen. You know when it should happen. You know who should stay. You know what should open. You know what answer should arrive. Then life takes the chalk from your hand and slowly erases one line. Maybe it erases a name. Maybe it erases a plan. Maybe it erases a dream that once felt certain. And at first, all you see is loss. But what if life is not erasing because it wants to leave you with nothing? What if life is making space for a kinder sentence? What if the old line was too small for the person you are becoming? What if the plan you wanted was built from fear, and the plan being written now is built from love? I allow the right path to reveal itself. I trust what leaves, what stays, and what is still becoming. These words are not meant to make you passive. They are meant to make you peaceful. There is a difference. Being peaceful does not mean you stop caring. It means you stop bleeding your energy into what you cannot control. It means you stop turning every quiet season into proof that something is wrong with you. It means you begin to believe that life can be doing good work even when your eyes cannot see it yet. Maybe you are thinking about something that did not happen when you wanted it to happen. A message that did not come. A door that did not open. A change that still feels far away. A healing that feels slow. A dream that keeps asking for patience. Let your hand rest softly over your heart if you can. Feel the warmth of your own body. Maybe there is a cup near you that has gone cold because your mind has been far away, thinking, worrying, wondering. Come back here for a moment. Come back to the simple truth that you are still being held. You are not required to solve the whole delay today. You are not required to understand why the timing looks the way it does. You are not required to turn pain into wisdom before your heart is ready. But you can begin to soften the story you are telling yourself. You can stop saying, "And nothing is working." You can stop saying, "I am forgotten." You can stop saying, "It is too late for me." You can begin to say, "Maybe life is protecting me. Maybe life is preparing me. Maybe something loving is being written, even if the board looks empty right now." There is a peace that comes when you stop arguing with the present moment. It does not mean you like everything. It does not mean you wanted the delay. It does not mean the waiting has not hurt. It simply means you stop adding fear on top of the waiting. You stop making the delay mean that you are unworthy. You stop letting the mind write cruel words where life has only left a blank space. A blank space is not always bad. A blank space can be holy. It can be the space before the new answer. It can be the quiet between one chapter and the next. It can be the place where your soul learns to breathe without needing everything to be certain. My dear, the universe is speaking even through what has not happened yet. It may be speaking through the closed door. It may be speaking through the pause. It may be speaking through the slow path. It may be speaking through the answer that has not arrived. Not every silence is empty. Some silence is full of care. Sometimes you are not ready for the thing you are asking for, not because you are lacking, but because you deserve to receive it from peace instead of fear. If love arrived while you still believed you had to beg for it, you might not recognize it as love. If success arrived while you still believed you had to lose yourself to keep it, you might turn it into another prison. If a new beginning arrived while your hands were still full of the old pain, you might not have room to hold it gently. So life waits, not to hurt you, not to tease you, not to keep good away. Life waits the way a loving teacher waits while the student learns to hold the pencil correctly. Life waits the way morning waits behind the dark sky, sure of its own arrival. Life waits the way the heart waits for the mind to stop fighting truth. There is a hidden kindness in some delays. You may not see it yet. That is okay. You do not need to see the whole reason to allow yourself a little peace. You do not need proof before you can breathe. You do not need a full answer before you can stop punishing yourself. Say this softly inside: I am not behind. I am being prepared. Life is guiding me in ways I cannot yet see. Let that be enough for one breath. Just one breath. Let your body hear it. Let your heart receive it slowly. The mind may still ask, but when? The mind may still say, but why? The mind may still search for proof. Be gentle with the mind. It is trying to protect you. But do not let fear become the voice that leads your life. Fear does not see far. Love sees farther. A delay can protect you from a path that would have drained your spirit. A delay can protect you from a yes that would have cost too much of your peace. A delay can protect you from building your future on a weak foundation. A delay can give your heart time to grow strong enough to hold the blessing without fear. A delay can give other or pieces of lifetime to move into place. And sometimes the delay is not about the thing at all. Sometimes the delay is about you returning to yourself. You may be asking for an answer outside while life is guiding you to build peace inside. You may be asking for a person, a place, a change, a result, while life is saying, first, come home to your own heart. First, learn not to abandon yourself while you wait. First, learn that your worth does not begin when the answer arrives. The message here is not sit still forever. The message is stop making fear your leader. Stop pushing against the door until your hands hurt. Stop calling yourself unlucky because life has not followed your exact calendar. Stop writing dark meanings over blank spaces. The board is still being written on. The sentence is not finished. Maybe one day you will look back and say, I understand now. Maybe you will see why the timing changed. Maybe you will be grateful that something did not work out the way you once begged it to. Maybe you will see that the person who left made room for your own self-respect. Maybe you will see that the plan that failed saved you from a smaller life. Maybe you will see that the waiting season gave you roots. But until that day, you can still choose not to harm yourself with fear. You can still choose to speak kindly to the part of you that feels tired. You can still choose to believe that the universe is not cruel. You can still choose to place one hand on your heart and say, I do not understand yet, but I am willing to trust that love is here too. Before you ask why something has not happened yet, ask this. What is this season protecting in me? What is this pause teaching me to hear? What is life asking me not to force? What part of me is learning to rest without needing a final answer? These questions are not here to shame you. They are here to soften you. They are here to open a little window in the room of the mind. They are here to let light enter the place where worry has been sitting too long. And when light enters, even a small light, the whole room begins to change. Now the message begins to ask something deeper from you. It is not only saying trust the signs. It is not only saying notice the delay. It is also saying release your grip. Release the need to control every answer. Release the need to know every turn before you take one step. Release the need to hold life so tightly that your own heart cannot breathe. This does not mean you stop caring. It means you stop carrying what was never meant to be held by fear. There is a river inside life. You may not always see it, but you can feel it. It moves beneath the hard places. It moves beneath the waiting. It moves beneath the closed doors and the new openings. It moves beneath your breath, your choices, your healing, your becoming. This river knows how to move around what is heavy. It knows when to slow down. It knows when to turn. It knows when to carry you. But when the mind is afraid, it stands in the river and tries to push the water back. It says, "No, not this way." It says, "Move faster." It says, "Bring me to the answer now." It says, "I must make this happen or nothing good will come." And the more it pushes, the more tired you become. My dear, control can feel like safety, but often it is only fear wearing a strong face. It tells you that if you think enough, worry enough, check enough, plan enough, and hold tightly enough, you will be safe. But what happens? The body becomes tense, the heart becomes tired, the breath becomes shallow, the mind becomes loud, and the peace you are trying to protect slips away. Release. Not forever if that feels too hard. Not everything at once. Just this moment. Just this breath. Just this one worry that has been asking too much of your body. Feel the soles of your feet on the floor. Feel the support beneath you. The earth is holding you without asking you to explain yourself. Your breath is moving without your command. Your heart is beating without you telling it how. Life is already carrying many things for you. You do not have to carry every outcome alone. Let us take this softly. For the next 90 seconds, you do not have to solve your life. You do not have to decide the future. You do not have to force the answer. Choose one worry. Just one. Let it come to mind gently. Do not fight it. Do not make it bigger. Simply notice it. Inhale slowly and name it inside. Exhale and say, "I release this for now." Again, inhale and notice the worry. Exhale and say, "I release this for now." Again, inhale with honesty. Exhale with kindness. You are not saying the worry does not matter. You are saying your peace matters too. You are not saying you will never act. You are saying you will not act from panic if love is asking you to wait. You are not giving up. You are giving the burden back to life for a little while. Let it be lighter. Let it be softer. Let it be guided. There is such deep power in those words. Let it be lighter does not mean let it be careless. It means stop making it heavier with fear. Let it be softer does not mean let yourself be weak. It means stop hurting yourself with thoughts that do not heal. Let it be guided does not mean do nothing. It means allow something wiser than panic to lead. Float. Imagine the river of life not as something far away, but as something moving through this very breath. When you inhale, you receive. When you exhale, you release. When you stop holding the breath, the body knows what to do. In the same way, when you stop holding every detail of life, something inside begins to move again. A thought becomes clearer. A choice becomes calmer. a door becomes easier to see. The next step does not feel so heavy. Control often comes from old pain. Maybe there were times when you did not feel safe. Maybe life changed suddenly. Maybe someone left. Maybe something ended without warning. Maybe you learned that you had to stay alert to survive. If so, do not shame yourself for wanting control. Thank the part of you that tried to protect you. It has been working hard. It has been standing guard for a long time. But now, gently, you may tell that part, I am learning a new way. I do not have to live as if danger is always near. I do not have to make fear my home. I do not have to control every person, every answer, every delay, every outcome. I can take wise action. I can listen. I can choose. And I can also rest. I release what I cannot control today. I allow life to carry what is too heavy for my hands. I am safe to trust the next gentle step. Say this not as a command, but as comfort. Speak to yourself as you would speak to a tired child, softly, patiently, again and again if needed. Healing does not happen because we shout at fear. Healing happens because we bring love to the place that fear has been holding. You may notice that when you release one worry, the mind quickly brings another. That is normal. The mind is used to working this way. It may believe that worry is responsibility. It may believe that peace means you are not trying hard enough. It may believe that if you stop thinking about the problem, everything will fall apart. But peace is not neglect. Peace is a place from which better choices can be made. A calm heart can hear what a panicked mind cannot. A calm body can feel what a tense body blocks. A calm spirit can receive a sign that fear would call nothing. This is why release is not the end of action. It is the beginning of right action. You do not need to throw your dreams away. You do not need to stop wanting good things. You do not need to pretend you do not care. Desire is not the problem. The problem is when desire becomes fear. The problem is when you believe you are nothing until the desire arrives. The problem is when you chase so hard that you leave yourself behind. The universe is not asking you to stop dreaming. It is asking you to stop gripping. It is asking you to let your dream breathe. It is asking you to make room for timing, guidance, and better possibilities than the ones your worried mind can imagine. Sometimes control says, this is the only way. Love says, there may be another way. Control says, it must happen now. Love says, what is true can meet you in right timing. Control says, if I do not force it, I will lose it. Love says, what is meant for your soul will not require you to lose your soul. Take that in slowly. What is meant for your soul will not require you to lose your soul. If something asks you to abandon your peace, your dignity, your health, your truth, or your self-love, then pause. Breathe. Ask if this is love, or if this is fear wearing the mask of longing. The universe speaks through peace, not through self-betrayal. A true blessing may stretch you, but it will not ask you to hate yourself. It may challenge you, but it will not demand that you become empty to keep it. My dear, releasing control may feel strange at first. It may feel like standing at the edge of a river and not knowing if the water will hold you. But you do not have to jump into the deepest part. You can begin by placing one worry in the water, one old thought, one heavy expectation, one fear about the future. Watch it float away for now. You can pick it back up later if you must, but perhaps you will find that you do not need to. Perhaps life can hold it better. Perhaps peace can return faster than you thought. Perhaps the answer does not need your panic to arrive. Let it be lighter. Let it be softer. Let it be guided. When you release control, you create space, and space is sacred. Space is where the new answer can enter. Space is where the body can breathe. Space is where the heart can remember its own voice. Space is where a sign can be seen. If your inner world is crowded with fear, there is no room to hear the quiet message. If your hands are full of old pain, there is no room to receive new good. If your mind is shouting, it is hard to hear the soft voice of love. So the practice is simple. Again and again, return to the river, return to the breath, return to your feet on the floor, return to the words, I release this for now. You do not have to release forever. You do not have to release perfectly. You only need to open your hand a little. A little opening is enough. Maybe you are holding a question about love. Maybe you are holding a question about money. Maybe you are holding a question about healing. Maybe you are holding a question about purpose. Whatever it is, place it gently before life, not with anger, not with begging, not with the feeling that you are nothing unless life answers today. Place it there with trust. Say, show me the next right step. Show me what is mine. Show me what to release. Show me how to return to peace, and then watch. Listen. Rest. Take the step that is clear. Let the unclear parts remain in the hands of life. This is not weakness. This is wisdom. It takes strength to stop fighting what you cannot move. It takes courage to trust without proof. It takes self-love to say, I will not destroy my peace trying to control what only life can unfold. The message that found you is asking for this softness, not because you have been wrong, but because you have been tired. Not because you failed, but because your heart deserves relief. Not because the dream is impossible, but because fear is too heavy a weight to carry it. Let the river carry some of it now. The universe is speaking now, not through noise, but through peace. This is why your energy matters. Not because you must be happy all the time. Not because you must pretend nothing hurts. Not because you must force a smile when your heart is heavy. Your energy matters because the way you meet life shapes the way you hear life. A fearful heart hears danger everywhere. A calm heart can hear guidance. A closed heart sees only what is missing. An open heart begins to notice what is quietly coming. Your energy is not a punishment. It is not something to fear. It is not another reason to blame yourself. It is simply the feeling you carry into your thoughts, your words, your choices, and your body. It is the inner weather you live inside. And just like weather, it can change. A storm can soften. A dark morning can open into light. A heavy mood can shift with one kind breath, one gentle thought, one honest moment of peace. The message is not saying, never feel sadness. It is saying, do not build your home inside fear. Do not let worry become the voice that decides what is possible. Do not let old pain tell you what life can bring. Let yourself feel, but also let yourself rise. Let yourself cry, but also let yourself receive comfort. Let yourself be honest, but do not let fear name your future. There is a quiet sound between the fan turning on and off, between the world moving and resting, between one thought and the next. In that tiny quiet space, you can feel your own energy. You can feel whether you are pushing, gripping, opening, trusting, or hiding. You can feel whether you are asking from peace or begging from panic. You can feel whether your heart is saying, I am ready, or I am afraid to receive. Quiet. Worry says, nothing is moving. Trust says, something quiet is forming. Worry says, I cannot see it, so it must not be happening. Trust says, life often grows in hidden places. Worry says, I have to force the answer. Trust says, I can become peaceful enough to hear it. Receive. This is not about becoming perfect. It is about becoming aware. When you notice that worry has taken over, you do not need to attack yourself. You do not need to say, I am doing everything wrong. You simply return. You soften. You place a hand on your heart. You breathe. You choose a better thought, not because the old thought was evil, but because the new thought gives your spirit more air. Your energy becomes clearer when your inner words become kinder. If you wake up and say, nothing good ever happens to me, the whole day begins under a heavy cloud. But if you wake up and say, I am open to one good thing today, something inside you shifts. You begin to look for good. You begin to notice help. You begin to receive small signs. You begin to walk through the day as if life may be friendly. And when you walk that way, you meet life differently. This is the simple meaning of alignment. It does not have to be a hard word. Alignment means your thoughts, words, body, and choices begin to face the same loving direction. You are not saying one thing while feeling another and doing a third. You are becoming more honest inside. You are saying, I want peace, so I will practice peace. I want love, so I will speak with love. I want guidance, so I will become quiet enough to hear it. I want good, so I will stop telling myself I do not deserve it. Think of yourself like a gentle magnet, not a cold object, but a living heart. What you hold inside changes what you notice. If you hold fear, you notice more reasons to be afraid. If you hold anger, you notice more reasons to fight. If you hold lack, you notice more reasons to feel empty. But if you begin to hold trust, even a little, you notice openings. You notice small blessings. You notice kind timing. You notice the way life has not left you. I choose peace where fear has been loud. I allow my heart to become open and clear. Good can reach me in simple ways. Let these words be easy. Do not make them heavy. Do not force them into your body. Offer them gently, like placing fresh water beside a tired flower. The flower will drink when it can. Your heart will receive when it feels safe. My dear, before we go deeper, write one simple word in the comments. The word your heart needs today. It may be peace, trust, love, or ready. And as you choose that word, do not choose it only for others to see. Choose it as a message to your own heart. One word can become a small door. Peace, trust, love, ready, rest, safe, guided, open, enough. Each word carries energy. Each word can point your mind in a new direction. Each word can become a seed. Now return to your breath. Feel the space around that word. If your word is peace, ask, what would peace do next? If your word is trust, ask, what would trust release? If your word is love, ask, how would love speak to me today? If your word is ready, ask, what small step can I take without forcing? This is how energy becomes action, not through panic, not through pressure, through quiet direction. You do not need to shout your prayer to be heard. You do not need to repeat words from fear. You do not need to beg the universe as if it is far away and hard to reach. A calm heart sends a clear message. A soft body can receive more deeply. A peaceful thought can become a new path. When you speak from fear, your words may say one thing, but your body may say another. You may say, I trust, while every part of you is tight with control. That is not a reason to feel bad. It is simply a sign to slow down. Before you affirm, breathe. Before you ask, soften. Before you decide, come back to your center. Let the words rise from a place that feels honest. Try this simple practice. For 2 minutes before sleep, or 2 minutes before you begin your day, sit in silence. No forcing, no long ritual, no hard rule. Just 2 minutes. Let your hands rest. Let your shoulders drop. Let your breath become slower. Say inside, I am here. Life is here. I am willing to receive guidance. 2 minutes can change the doorway of the day. 2 minutes can soften the mind before sleep. 2 minutes can remind your body that it is not being chased by life. 2 minutes can help you hear the small voice under all the noise. In those 2 minutes, you may feel peace. You may feel tears. You may feel nothing. All of it is allowed. The point is not to perform. The point is to return. The point is to make a small space where the universe can speak without having to compete with every worry in your mind. Your energy is shaped by what you feed. If you feed the mind only fear, it will become full of fear. If you feed it comparison, it will become restless. If you feed it harsh words, it will become tired. But if you feed it peace, even in small amounts, it begins to remember peace. If you feed it trust, it begins to look for trust. If you feed it love, it begins to soften around love. This is why your daily words matter. The words you say when you look in the mirror. The words you say when something goes wrong. The words you say when you are waiting. The words you say when you feel rejected. The words you say when you are alone and no one else can hear. These words become the room your heart lives in. Make that room kind. Do not fill it with, I am always unlucky. Do not fill it with, nothing works for me. Do not fill it with, I am too late. Do not fill it with, I never get chosen. These words may feel true when you are hurting, but they are not the final truth of you. They are old clouds passing across the sky. You are larger than those clouds. Begin again with softer words. I am learning to trust life. I am becoming open to good. I am safe to receive what is right for me. Feel how different that is. These words do not force the future. They open the heart. They do not deny pain. They bring comfort to pain. They do not demand proof. They create space for proof to arrive. The universe responds to openness. Not because it is waiting to reward perfect people, but because an open heart can notice, receive, and follow. A closed heart may push away the very thing it asked for. A closed heart may doubt kindness. It may reject help. It may fear good news. It may call peace boring because chaos feels familiar. So the work is not to chase blessings. The work is to become safe enough inside to receive them. Ask yourself gently, where do I close? Do I close when someone offers love? Do I close when good begins to happen? Do I close when life becomes calm because calm feels unfamiliar? Do I close when I do not know what comes next? Do I close by blaming myself before anyone else can? These questions are not meant to hurt you. They are meant to free you. Once you see where you close, you can practice opening there. Not all at once, not with force, just a little more honesty, a little more rest, a little more kindness, a little more willingness to believe that good does not always have to be earned through struggle. Your energy becomes a prayer before you say a word. Your thoughts become little messages. Your choices become signals. Your self-talk becomes the path your heart walks on. If the path is full of stones, walk gently and begin removing one stone at a time. One harsh word replaced with a kind one fearful thought softened by trust, one old belief questioned with love. This is how change begins. Small, quiet, real. The universe is not asking you to be bright every moment. It is asking you to be honest and willing, honest about what you feel, willing to choose peace again, honest about what hurts, willing to stop calling pain your home, honest about what you desire, willing to receive it without shrinking. When you become calm, you do not become empty. You become clear. When you become clear, you can feel the next step. When you can feel the next step, you do not need to force the whole road. You simply walk with trust. Let the word you chose stay with you now. Let it sit in your chest like a small light. Let it remind you that your energy can shift. Let it remind you that you are not trapped in the mood you woke up with. You are not trapped in the fear you learned long ago. You are not trapped in the old way of asking, waiting, and worrying. You can ask with peace. You can wait with love. You can receive with an open heart. And as your energy softens, the message becomes easier to hear. The sign becomes easier to feel. The next step becomes less frightening. Life may not become perfect, but it becomes more open. You become more open, and through that opening, good can enter in ways your worried mind could never plan. The sign is not only about what will happen next in your life. It is also about how you are treating yourself while you wait, while you heal, while you wonder, while you try to understand the path in front of you. Sometimes people ask the universe for a message about love, money, success, healing, or direction. But the first message that comes back is this: love yourself here, not later, not after everything is fixed, not after the answer comes, not after someone chooses you, not after the door opens. Love yourself now in this place, with this heart, with these questions, with this tired body, with this hope that still has not given up. My dear, the universe may be speaking through your need for gentleness. It may be saying, stop speaking to yourself as if you are the problem. Stop blaming yourself for every delay. Stop calling yourself weak because you are tired. Stop thinking that your worth depends on how fast life changes. The sign you are waiting for may not be outside you first. It may begin with the way you place a kind word inside your own heart. There is a heavy coat many people carry. It is the coat of self-blame. It is the coat of old shame. It is the coat of thinking, I should have known better. I should be further. I should be stronger. I should not feel this way. And the longer you wear this coat, the heavier life feels. Even beautiful things can feel far away when you are covered in the weight of self-judgment. But today, you can begin to take it off. Not all at once if that feels too much. Just one button, one old thought, one harsh sentence, one memory you have used against yourself for too long. You can put it down for a moment and feel what it is like to stand without that weight. Enough. You have blamed yourself enough. You have doubted yourself enough. You have made yourself wrong for needing love, rest, comfort, and time. But the universe is not asking you to become harder. It is asking you to become kinder. It is asking you to stop treating your heart like an enemy. It is asking you to remember that you are not a mistake. You are a soul learning how to return to love. Maybe you feel a tightness in your throat when you try not to cry. Maybe you swallow your feelings because you do not want to seem too sensitive. Maybe you tell yourself, I am fine, when deep inside you are asking for softness. That tight place in your throat is not weakness. It is a message. It is the part of you that wants to be heard. It is the part of you that has carried too much silence. Let it soften. You do not have to explain your whole life to be worthy of care. You do not have to defend your feelings before you are allowed to feel them. You do not have to make pain look pretty. You can simply say, this is what is here, and I will meet it with love. I am willing to be kind to myself. I am willing to stop fighting my heart. I am willing to receive love. I am willing to begin again. Let each line be simple. Let each line touch the place in you that has been waiting for permission. You may not fully believe these words yet. That is all right. Willingness is a door. You do not have to walk through the whole house today. You only need to open the door a little. The universe is not asking you to punish yourself into change. It is asking you to love yourself into peace. There is a great difference. Punishment makes the heart close. Love helps the heart open. Punishment says, you are bad, so you must become better. Love says, you are hurting, so let us care for you. Punishment creates fear. Love creates safety. And when you feel safe inside yourself, you can finally hear guidance more clearly. This is why self-love is not separate from spiritual guidance. It is part of it. A person who hates themselves will often reject the good that comes. A person who believes they are not worthy may push away love, doubt kindness, fear peace, and call blessings too good to be true. But when you begin to love yourself even gently, you become able to receive without running. You become able to rest without guilt. You become able to say yes to good without asking, why me? Loved. Let that word rest in you. You are loved before the answer comes. You are loved before the healing is complete. You are loved before you understand the delay. You are loved before you get everything right. Your worth is not waiting at the end of the path. It is walking with you now. Think of how often you have tried to become more lovable by doing more, giving more, proving more, staying longer, smiling through more, hiding your pain more. But real love does not ask you to disappear. Real love does not ask you to abandon your own heart. Real love does not ask you to become empty so someone else can feel full. The universe may be speaking now through the tired part of you that is done pretending. It may be saying, come back to yourself. It may be saying, stop leaving your own needs at the door. It may be saying, choose the kind thought. Choose the gentle word. Choose the hand on the heart. Choose the breath before the blame. You can begin with how you speak to yourself when no one else is listening. That is where healing becomes real. When you make a mistake, do you attack yourself or do you say, I am learning? When you feel sad, do you shame yourself or do you say, I am allowed to feel? When you are waiting, do you tell yourself you are forgotten or do you say, life is still with me? These small inner words become the soil your future grows in. I am worthy of love now. I am safe to be gentle with myself. I do not need to earn my place in life. Let these words become warm hands around your heart. You may have spent years trying to earn love from the outside. Now begin giving love from the inside. This does not mean you stop wanting healthy love from others. It means you stop starving while you wait for it. You stop treating yourself like you are nothing until someone else sees you. You stop making another person, another result, or another sign the proof that you matter. You matter now. And when you know this, even a little, your energy changes. You stop chasing what does not honor you. You stop begging for what should be freely given. You stop calling pain love just because it is familiar. You stop making yourself small to fit inside places that were never meant for your soul. Self-love is a sign too. It is a sign that you are waking up. It is a sign that the old way is losing power. It is a sign that your spirit is tired of living beneath its truth. And perhaps this message found you because something in you is ready to stop wearing the heavy coat. Something in you is ready to stand lighter. Something in you is ready to say, I can love myself through this. You do not need to do it perfectly. You only need to begin. Begin when you wake up and choose one kind word. Begin when you look in the mirror and stop looking for what is wrong. Begin when you feel tired and allow yourself to rest without calling it laziness. Begin when fear tells you to blame yourself and you choose to breathe instead. Begin when your heart feels small and you place your hand there and say, I am here with you. The universe is not only speaking around you, it is speaking through the way your own love wants to return. This next part matters because it keeps the message alive after this moment ends. A sign is not meant to stay only as a feeling. It is meant to become a small step, not a forced step, not a fearful step, not a step taken only to prove something. A gentle step, a true step, a step that keeps you close to your own peace. Sometimes people think a spiritual message should reveal the whole future. They want to know every turn, every answer, every outcome, every reason, every date, every door. But life often guides in smaller ways. It may not show you the whole road. It may show you the next stone under your foot. It may show you the next kind choice. It may show you the next honest word. It may show you the next thing to release. The old mind says, show me the whole road first. The soul says, take the next loving step. The old mind says, if I cannot see everything, I cannot move. The soul says, you only need enough light for this moment. The old mind says, what if I choose wrong? The soul says, peace will keep guiding you. Step. You are not being asked to leap into the unknown without care. You are being asked to stop standing still because fear wants a promise life cannot give. You are being asked to trust the small light. You are being asked to notice the one thing that feels honest. You are being asked to move with love, not pressure. Think of a bridge appearing one plank at a time. You may want the whole bridge to show itself before you begin. That would feel safer to the mind. But sometimes the bridge appears as you walk. One plank, one breath, one choice, one day, one truth, one ride. Elise, you do not cross by knowing everything. You cross by trusting the next step that is given. Maybe your next gentle step is not dramatic. Maybe it is not a big decision. Maybe it is to rest tonight instead of worrying until morning. Maybe it is to drink water and return to your body. Maybe it is to stop reading old messages that reopen the wound. Maybe it is to write one honest sentence. Maybe it is to say no. Maybe it is to say yes. Maybe it is to ask for help. Maybe it is to stop asking someone else to give you the love you have been refusing to give yourself. Now, the next step is often simple, but the mind makes it heavy. The mind says, if it is not big, it does not matter. But love works through small things. Healing works through small things. A new life is built through small things, repeated with care. Your thumb may hover over your phone before sending a message. In that tiny moment, there is guidance. Are you sending it from peace or from panic? Are you reaching out from love or from fear of being forgotten? Are you about to speak truth or are you about to chase? The body knows, the heart knows. Pause there, breathe there. Let the next step come from the deeper place. I choose the next loving step. I do not need the whole path today. I am guided one breath at a time. Let this be your way forward. You do not need to carry a whole future in your hands. You only need to carry this moment with care. If you are guided to rest, rest. If you are guided to speak, speak with love. If you are guided to wait, wait without attacking yourself. If you are guided to move, move without forcing others to understand. The universe is speaking through gentle movement. A sign that never becomes a choice can fade into a nice feeling. But a sign that becomes one loving action begins to change the path. When you hear, love yourself, and then you speak kindly to yourself, the message becomes alive. When you hear, release control, and then you stop checking, stop chasing, stop gripping, the message becomes alive. When you hear, trust the quiet sign, and then you take one peaceful step, the message becomes alive. You do not need to prove to anyone that you are guided. You do not need to explain your inner knowing to people who are not listening with love. Some steps are private. Some healing is quiet. Some choices are first made between you and your own soul. Maybe the next gentle step is to forgive yourself for not taking the step sooner. That matters too. The heart does not open well under shame. If you keep saying, I wasted time, I should have known, I should have left, I should have started, I should have stopped, you use today to hurt yourself for yesterday. That is not healing. That is another form of control. Instead, say, now I see more clearly. Now I can choose differently. Now I begin with love. There is power in now. Not because now is always easy, but because now is the only place you can choose. You cannot change yesterday by blaming yourself. You cannot control tomorrow by worrying. But here, in this breath, you can place one foot on the bridge. The soul does not rush. It guides. It does not push you with fear. It invites you with truth. It does not say, do everything now or you will lose your chance. It says, take the step that brings you closer to peace. That is how you know the difference. A fearful step feels tight, desperate, and heavy. A loving step may still feel brave, but it has a clean feeling inside it. It may make your heart beat faster, but it does not make you abandon yourself. It may ask courage from you, but it does not ask cruelty. It may ask change, but it also brings air. This message did not find you to scare you. It found you to bring you home. Home to your breath. Home to your body. Home to your heart. home to the small choices that make your life feel true again. The universe may speak in signs, but you answer through how you live. You answer through the words you choose. You answer through the energy you keep. You answer through the steps you take when no one is watching. So ask yourself gently, what is the next loving step? Not the loudest step, not the step that will impress others, not the step that comes from panic, the loving step, the honest step, the peaceful step. Maybe it is to close the door for today. Maybe it is to open one. Maybe it is to wait until your nervous system is calm before speaking. Maybe it is to stop calling yourself weak. Maybe it is to clean one small corner of your room so your energy can breathe. Maybe it is to pray. Maybe it is to walk. Maybe it is to sleep. Maybe it is to write. Maybe it is to let go. There is no small step when it is taken with love. A staircase is climbed one step at a time. If you stand at the bottom and stare at the top, you may feel tired before you even begin. But if you place your foot on the next step, then the next, then the next, you rise. Slowly, perhaps. Quietly, perhaps. But you rise. Let your path rise in this way. Do not demand that life show you the top. Let the next step be enough. Let the next breath be enough. Let the next honest choice be enough. You are not behind because you are moving gently. You are not failing because you are taking your time. Some of the most sacred changes happen slowly because they are built to last. The universe is speaking now through the next loving thing. Listen for that. Not the perfect thing, not the biggest thing, the loving thing. And when you take that step, bless it. Say, this is enough for today. Say, I am proud of myself for moving with love. Say, I trust that the next step will appear when it is time. Now, my dear, let the message become clear in your own words. Sometimes the heart hears something deep, but if we rush back into life too quickly, the message becomes blurry. The mind gets busy again. The old thoughts return. The day asks for attention, and the quiet truth that touched you begins to fade. This is why writing can be a loving practice, not to make things perfect, not to sound wise, not to create something beautiful for anyone else, just to listen. A page can become a small garden. Your thoughts are seeds. Your words are seeds. Your questions are seeds. Your home, SD, is a seed. When you place them down, something begins to grow. Maybe not right away, maybe not in the way you expect, but writing gives your heart a place to breathe. You do not need a special journal. You do not need perfect handwriting. You do not need a quiet mountain morning or a long ritual. You can use a notebook, a scrap of paper, or the notes on your phone. You can write in the glow of the screen at night. You can write one sentence while the world is still moving around you. What matters is not how it looks. What matters is that you are honest. Right. Right before fear edits the truth. Right before the mind makes it small. Right so your soul can breathe. Let the pen touch the paper, or let your fingers move slowly across your phone. Do not force a perfect answer. Let your heart speak in simple words. Sometimes the first words may be, "I do not know." That is still honest. Sometimes the words may be, "I am tired." That is honest too. Sometimes they may be, "I want peace. I want love. I want to stop being afraid." These are not small words. These are doors. Write 3 simple lines. What did I feel? What is life asking me to release? What is my next gentle step? That is enough. 3 lines can open more truth than 10 pages written from pressure. Let the first line show you what moved inside. Did you feel peace? Did you feel tears? Did you feel a quiet yes? Did you feel resistance? Did you feel hope? All of it belongs on the page. The second line asks what life is asking you to release. Maybe it is control. Maybe it is a fear. Maybe it is an old belief. Maybe it is the need to be chosen by someone who cannot meet you with care. Maybe it is the story that you are too late. Maybe it is the pressure to know everything now. Do not write what you think sounds spiritual. Write what is true. The third line asks for your next gentle step. Keep it simple. Do not turn it into a large plan. The next step might be sleep, drink water, apologize, forgive yourself, stop checking, say no, say yes, wait, rest, walk, pray, write again tomorrow. The next step should feel like something your real life can hold. I honor what my heart has heard. I let my truth become clear. I take one gentle step with love. Writing helps you see the seeds you have been planting. If the page is full of fear, do not judge it. Just notice. Fear on the page is better than fear hidden in the body. Once you see it, you can bring love to it. You can say, "This thought has been living in me, but it does not have to lead me." You can say, "This belief is old, and I am ready to grow something kinder." The soil of your mind grows what you plant often. If you plant harsh words every day, harshness grows. If you plant worry every day, worry grows. But if you begin planting words of peace, even slowly, peace begins to root. If you plant self-love, self-love begins to rise. If you plant trust, trust begins to become familiar. This does not mean you deny pain. A garden also has weeds. You do not scream at the weeds. You notice them. You pull them gently. You make room for what you want to grow inside. Oh, same way, do not scream at yourself when you find fear inside. Do not say, I should be better than this. Say, I see this fear. I understand why it came. And now I choose to plant something new. Maybe you write, I am afraid nothing will change. Then beneath it, write, but I am willing to believe change can begin in me. Maybe you write, I feel alone. Then beneath it, write, but I am willing to let life support me in small ways. Maybe you write, I do not know what to do. Then beneath it, write, but I can take one peaceful step today. These small new sentences matter. They are not lies. They are openings. They do not erase the hard feeling. They give the hard feeling a hand to hold. The universe can speak through writing because writing slows the mind down. It turns a storm into words you can see. It takes the heavy cloud inside and places it gently in front of you. Once it is there, you can breathe. You can ask, is this true? Is this fear? Is this love? Is this old pain? Is this my soul guiding me? Do not be surprised if after writing you feel lighter. Not because everything is solved, but because you are no longer carrying it all in silence. Words can be release. Words can be prayer. Words can be a bridge between your fear and your wisdom. And if tears come while you write, let them come. Tears are not failure. They are water for the dry places. If laughter comes, let it come. If anger comes, let it come with honesty, but do not let it harm you. The page can hold what your body has held for too long. Write it down. Write it with love. Write it without needing to be perfect. Let this become a gentle practice after this message. 3 lines tonight. 3 lines tomorrow morning if you feel called. 3 lines whenever you feel lost. You may be surprised by how much your heart knows when you finally give it a place to speak. Maybe the message that found you today will become one sentence on your page. Maybe that sentence will become a choice. Maybe that choice will become a new direction. Maybe that new direction will become a life that feels more true. This is how deep change often begins. Not with noise, not with force, with one honest line. Your heart does not need hard words to speak clearly. It needs safety. It needs time. It needs your kindness. When you write, become a safe place for yourself. Do not correct every feeling. Do not judge every thought. Listen like someone who loves you, because love is the voice you are learning to hear. Now let this message settle into the rooms of your heart. Imagine your heart as a quiet home. Some rooms have been closed for a long time. Some rooms hold old fear. Some rooms hold memories. Some rooms hold dreams you were afraid to touch again. Some rooms hold love that has been waiting for permission to move. And today, one small window has opened. A little light has entered. A little air has moved through the house of you. You do not have to open every room at once. You do not have to clean every corner today. You do not have to understand every feeling or answer every question. Just let the light remain. Let the message remain. Let the truth remain. You are guided, you are loved, and you are not walking alone. Place your hand on your heart if you can. Feel the body softening. Feel the breath coming and going. Feel the room around you, maybe a little calmer than before. Nothing outside has to be perfect for this moment to be real. Peace can begin right here. Guidance can begin right here. Love can begin right here. May you trust the quiet sign. May you feel safe in your own heart. May you walk gently into what is next. May you remember that life is with you. Let those blessings move slowly. Do not rush away from them. The world may call you back soon. The mind may begin asking questions again. Life may still have things to do, but something in you can remain softer. Something in you can carry this message into the next hour, the next choice, the next breath. The universe is not finished speaking when these words end. It will speak through the calm you choose. It will speak through the step you take. It will speak through the boundary you honor. It will speak through the rest you allow. It will speak through the kind sentence you say to yourself when fear rises again. You are guided not only in big moments, but in small ones. You are guided when you pause before reacting. You are guided when you choose peace over old habit. You are guided when you let yourself cry instead of pretending. You are guided when you forgive yourself for what you did not know before. You are guided when you stop reaching for what keeps hurting you. You are guided when you begin to believe that your life can still become beautiful. Blessed, not because everything is perfect, not because every answer has arrived, but because you are here. You are listening. You are opening. You are willing, and willingness is powerful. I am guided. I am safe. I trust the next step. My heart is open to good. Let these lines become a soft cup inside you. A cup that can receive peace. A cup that can receive love. A cup that can receive signs without fear. A cup that can be filled slowly, gently, in right timing. If your cup has felt empty, do not blame yourself. Life may have been heavy. You may have given too much. You may have waited too long for someone else to pour love into you. But now you can begin again. You can fill the cup with one kind word, one honest breath, one loving choice, one prayer, one small act of care. You do not need to become a different person to be guided. You only need to become present enough to notice guidance. You only need to soften enough to receive. You only need to stop calling yourself lost because the whole road is not visible. Many sacred paths are walked one step at a time. There will be days when the message feels clear. There may also be days when you forget. That is part of being human. If you forget, return. If fear rises, return. If you become busy, return. If you speak harshly to yourself, return. The door is not closed because you had a hard day. Love does not disappear because you lost your peace for a moment. Guidance does not leave because you became afraid. Return with one breath. Return with one kind word. Return with one hand on your heart. This is how you walk forward. Not perfectly, not without questions, not with a life that never shakes. You walk forward with a softer heart. You walk forward knowing that even when you do not see the full picture, you can still be held. You walk forward knowing that peace is a place inside you, not only a result outside you. And when the mind asks, "What if I am wrong?" let love answer, "Then I will learn." When the mind asks, "What if I am late?" let love answer, "I am arriving in my own time." When the mind asks, "What if nothing changes?" let love answer, "Something is already changing in me. That inner change matters. It is the first door. It is the first light. It is the first step." The universe is speaking now through your willingness to hear love instead of fear, through your desire to heal, through your tiredness with old patterns, through the small hope that remains in you. Do not dismiss that hope. Protect it. Feed it. Let it grow. A quiet home becomes warm when someone tends the fire. Tend the fire inside you. Tend your peace. Tend your words. Tend your energy. Tend the way you meet yourself in difficult moments. These are not small things. These are the roots of a new life. I trust the quiet guidance of life. I welcome peace into every room of my heart. I am ready to walk forward with love. Let the old fear know it no longer has to lead. Let the body know it can soften. Let the heart know it can open slowly. Let the soul know you are listening now. And so it is. This message found you for a reason, and the reason may be simpler than the mind wants it to be. Maybe it found you so you could stop for one honest moment. Maybe it found you so you could breathe again. Maybe it found you so you could remember that you are not forgotten. Maybe it found you so you could hear what your heart has been trying to say beneath all the noise. You do not need to leave this moment with every answer. You do not need to know the full plan. You do not need to force a sign to become clear before it's time. Let what touched you stay with you. Let what felt true guide you. Let what felt peaceful become the next small step. The universe is speaking now, not to frighten you, but to bring you closer to yourself. It is speaking through peace, through timing, through the body, through the quiet signs, through the gentle pull toward self-love, through the small step that feels honest, through the words your heart is ready to write down. So walk forward softly. Walk forward with your hand on your heart. Walk forward knowing that life can still surprise you with good. You are not behind. You are not too late. You are not outside the care of life. Something loving is moving with you, even when you cannot see it. Something wise is guiding your steps, even when the road feels quiet. Something gentle is asking you to trust the next breath, the next sign, the next loving choice. I am loved by life. I am guided in this moment. I am open to the good that is coming. I trust the message my heart has heard. Let this be enough for now. Let it be a beginning. Let it be the small light you carry with you when the world feels loud again. This message found you for a reason, and now you may walk forward knowing the universe is speaking with love.